Changes, a child's first poetry collection by Charlotte Zolotov and Tiffany Bleak. Read to you today by Gammy. Change. This summer still hangs heavy and sweet with sunlight as it did last year. The autumn still comes showering cold and crimson as it did last year. The winter still stings clean and cold and white as it did last year. The spring still comes like a whisper in the dark night. It is only I who have changed. River winding, rain falling, what things do you grow? Snow melting, where do you go? Wind blowing, what trees do you know? River winding, where do you flow? The spring wind. The summer wind is soft and sweet. The winter wind is strong. The autumn wind is mischievous and sweeps the leaves along. The wind I love the best comes gentle after rain, smelling of spring and growing things, brushing the world with feathery wings, while everything glistens and everything sings in the spring wind after the rain. Lying in the grass, looking up through the trees at the sky, I saw a small bird flying over the trees, high, high, high. He dipped and he swooped and failed to rest on the branch of the tree far above me. And watching him as I lay there, I wondered if he could see lying on the grass looking at the sky something odd to him, which was me. Violets. Someone is coming down the road, and they may buy a bunch of our violets, purple and sweet, smelling of spring. But we won't tell the secret place where they grow. No one will know the tall grass where we found them. No one can buy the feeling of the hot sun on our hair as we pick them. It is only the flowers themselves, the violets, purple and sweet, they'll take away. Crocus. Little crocus, like a cup, holding all that sunlight up. Pansies purple, pansies blue, their funny faces remind me of you. For whether they're yellow or reddish or blue, they seem to be smiling just like you. You. I like shadows, I like sun, I like you more than anyone. I like summer, I like cold. I'll even like you when you're old. I like work, I like play. I like you every which way. A moment in summer. A moment in summer belongs to me and one particular honeybee. A moment in summer shimmering clear, making the sky seem very near. A moment in summer belongs to me. Blue. Blue is a good color. Blue as the sea at noon. Blue as blue jays and blueberries and soft sweet plums. Blue as bachelor buttons and larkspur in a new baby's eyes. Blue as the sky itself. By the sea, the salty wind, the sound of the sea, the sand and the sun, the waves and the spray, a glistening, glittering jewel of a day. Bridge. Glittering bridge, curved like a heart with your necklace of sparkling lights. How you shine through the dark of these silent summer nights. The fly. I was sitting on the porch reading my book in the summer sun. A fly settled on my page, black as ink. Quivering and alive, rubbing one leg against the other, he sat on a word. Beetle. Shining Japanese beetle eating the rose. How your wings glisten like a small rainbow in the sun. A dog. I am alone. Someone is raking leaves outside, and there is one yellow leaf on the black branch brushing the window. Suddenly a wet nose nuzzles my empty hand. Autumn. Now the summer is grown old. The light, long summer is grown old. Leaves change and the garden is gold with marigolds and zinnias, tangled and bold, blazing, blazing, orange and gold. The light, long summer is grown old. School day. I don't mean to look, but I can't help seeing a bit of sky outside the schoolhouse window. I don't mean to watch, but I can't help watching the maple branch that brushes against the pane. I don't mean to dream, but I can't help dreaming that I could be wandering under the sky, watching the leaves, watching the trees as the wind goes by. Leaves. The world is weeping leaves today, golden, crimson, brown, drifting slowly down. Lovely autumn, please do stay here in this little town. The world is weeping leaves today, golden, crimson, brown. Halloween. The moon is full and the night is strange, filled with mystery. From the shadows under the tree, 3 small white ghosts are coming up the walk to me. Look, firelight and shadows dancing on the wall. Look at my shadow, 10 feet tall. The first snow. There's a special kind of quiet that each of us knows. We hear it in our sleep the first night it snows. Silence stirs behind our dreams. Something lovely calls. Softly we wake to whiteness as the first snow falls. River in winter. The ice moves slowly down the river. The gulls are circling high. Gray and white against the gray blue sky. Scene. Little trees like pencil strokes, black and steel, etched forever in my mind on that snowy hill. Contrast. As I watch the snow fall, big, little white flakes like feathers floating down, my hands are cold. It's hard to remember the summer and soaking up the sun, feeling its warmth seep through me, deep through me, down to these frozen toes. North and south. Christmas again, holly and pine, bells and berries, things that shine. Christmas again, but far away, palm trees drip with ocean spray. Far away is very sunny, but here is cold and white. It's funny. Here, in this spot covered now by snow, tangled branches and twigs, in this spot where the ice edges and the ground is frozen and the birds peck at bread. In this spot there will be crocuses blooming yellow and white, holding petaled cups of sun if only spring would come. Sleepless nights. One night when I was very little, I couldn't sleep. My mother came and carried me downstairs and stood with me, looking out of her window. The street light was on outside, the snow was whirling and swirling and dazzling white, around and around the street light. The ground and the trees and bushes were ice crystal white. I remember that night with the snow white, and my mother's arms around me, warm and tight. So will I. My grandfather remembers long ago the white Queen Anne's lace that grew wild. He remembers the buttercups and goldenrod from when he was a child. He remembers long ago the white snow falling. He remembers the bluebird and thrush at twilight, calling and calling. He remembers long ago the new moon in the summer sky. He remembers the wind in the trees and its long rising sigh. And so will I, so will I. The end. We have so much more to learn. Be blessed. Jesus Teaches the People, Oscar, from Matthew 5:7. Read to you today by Ganymede.